this first set is dead even.
Unbelievable combination.
Wow.
Beautifully done.
What a great spot. Hello and welcome to the 25-26 APTA Tour. We're live from the Cleveland Racquet Club in Pepper Pike, Ohio, bringing you the 2025 Cleveland Masters, with live streaming brought to you by the APTA membership and our tour presenting sponsor, Corian. Tournament support has also been provided by the following local sponsors: Compass Group, Trumbold Equipment Company, Carnegie Investment Council, Elk and Elk, Jersey's Restaurant, Gilmore Security, Simple Solutions, Jersey's Slice Shop, and Viking. I'm Patty Hogan, along with the one and only, one of New Jersey's finest players, Russell Benkeim, calling the women's final between tournament number 1 seeded team of Ellie Halbauer and Allison Morgan up against our number 2 seeded team of Carrie Delmonico and Lauren Gebbia. Dave Nijelnik, Russell's father-in-law, will be in the chair. Welcome, Russell.
Thank you, Patty. Thanks for having me. We might have the best-looking chair umpire out there today.
He is a stud.
Yeah. Happy to be here with you, Patty. This is great. My first time in the booth.
Oh, well, we welcome you, Russell. We're sorry that you're available because of an injury. We'll talk about that in a little bit. You want to tell us a little bit about these players, where they're from, Russell?
Yeah, we've got Ellie Halbauer from Cincinnati and Allison Morgan from the Chicago area, and then 2 Jersey, New York folks, Carrie Delmonico and Lauren Gebbia. Should be a good match. What do you think, Patty?
Yeah, I mean, this Halbauer and Morgan and Delmonico Gebbia, you know, among some, you know, the strongest top players, I would say, in the country for the women. And they've each found themselves in the finals fairly easily. Halbauer and Morgan just look invincible, having lost 2 games up to this point.
Yeah, I got to watch a lot of their semifinal match and a lot of firepower. I'm hoping to see a few more cutters from Ellie today. That'll be she was pulling a few out in the semifinals, so we'll see if she dials it in.
Yeah, that looks like Halbauer starting the match off, serving to Carrie Delmonico. That was Carrie returning out of that deuce court. No, that was Lauren Gebbia returning out of the deuce court. Here's Carrie Delmonico with the bright top, returning out of the ad court. Allison Morgan's up at the net. And Russell, we're looking out a little bit with the weather here.
Yeah, you know, it started raining pretty heavily in some of the men's semifinal matches, but I think it's quieted down a little bit. I don't see it raining too much right now. So hopefully weather doesn't play too big of a factor into this.
So 3 years ago, I think Halbauer wasn't even in the sport, and boy, did she take it by storm. Got to the finals with Nicolescu and the Boston Nationals. Just a force, played pro tennis for 10 years, Russell.
Yeah, incredibly talented. I mean, you can tell just by the way she, every forehand, every backhand, super, super talented.
She plays a lot with Jill Jackson, Cincinnati. And, you know, she's teamed up here with her pal Allison Morgan. We're used to seeing Allison as part of the number 3 ranked team in the country, Morgan and Sakura. But out here in Cleveland, these guys have paired up. They're friends, and they look invincible.
Yep, pretty good start to their team. Ooh. All right, early break.
Wow. So, you know, when you look at this match on paper, woo, I was thinking Halbauer, Morgan, maybe some more weapons than Delmonico Gebbia. But that's why they play the matches. You never know, Russell.
Exactly.
But great break for Delmonico Gebbia to start the match off, breaking Halbauer. That was huge.
Yeah, I didn't see that one coming.
Delmonico plays out of the Short Hills Club. She's a former national champion. She won in 2005 with Isla Maine. Gebbia, 3-time finals in mixed nationals, 2-time winner of junior nationals. Been best finish in nationals for Gebbia and Delmonico was a semifinal, I think in Connecticut, about 6 or 7 years ago. They've been playing on the tour a long time, probably a decade together. They're great friends. They have a fun time. They teach paddle camps together. Lauren's out of Englewood Field Club, as we said.
Yeah, they might have
And,
played paddle longer
Gebbia's
than I've been alive.
That's right, youngster Russell
Yeah.
Banks. The youngster. That's why I always say young Russell Benkind. Gebbia, I mean, she likes to hit. She can pull the trigger, forehand or backhand. You'll see a lot of, kind of maneuvering pulled with some audibles by Delmonico throughout any match you ever hear her play. You'll hear her say a lot of you, me, you, me. She leaves it. She doesn't leave anything to doubt when she's on the court. She's a real good, tactical type of player, really known for making some great adjustments in matches and kind of plays, she's been playing the game for a long time at the highest level. And you can just see she's a rock solid player. But, Morgan and Halbauer, watch out. I think any short ball, you're going to see them pounce.
Yep, very dangerous.
The overhead, like Gebbia and Delmonico have to hold serve. They struggle a little bit against some of the top teams holding serve. A little confusion there on that drive from Morgan right through the middle. So we'll see how they, how they handle their serves here in this first set.
I mean, it's going to be tough to hold the
Gebbia.
net when Ellie's returning.
Yeah. Look at
backhand.
that. That's pro tennis backhand, Russell.
It's a thing of beauty.
So Russell's out in Cleveland because that is his father-in-law up in the chair, and his mother-in-law, Karen, is my boss. She handles all of the announcing and everything for the APTA, and she's a tournament. She runs every tournament. She does a phenomenal job, so it's fun to get the whole team involved here this weekend in Cleveland. And Russell, we're bummed you had an injury. You want to tell everybody why you're sitting talking to us this weekend?
Yep, I right after Chicago got back on the court Monday night league match and took a bad jump, broke my foot. So having surgery next Thursday, and hopefully that's a great roller. Hopefully we'll be back, hopefully 12-ish weeks. Trying to play Cincinnati in nationals, so we'll see how that goes.
All right, well, we hope you a speedy and full recovery, obviously. And Russell, you and Sven Burst started playing second part of last year, and
Yep.
You've gotten yourself into the conversation as one of the teams who has a legitimate shot at, winning a national title together. So I hope you have a speedy recovery, and you get to watch everybody and do a lot of studying, Russell, while you're
Exactly.
in recovery.
I've got my notepads out for every match. No, it's great. I love playing with Sven. He's a big calming presence on the court, very chill out there. So I've learned a ton from him, and hopefully we'll get back on the court towards the end of the season.
So Sven's resting pulse is what, 50, and yours is what, 120?
Mine more like 150. Sven's more like 12. He
Gotcha.
is so chill on the court, which is exactly what I need. He can calm me down. It's very hard to do.
You really complement each other, and you played a hell of a last tournament. You guys look like you're, really have it figured out, and one of the top teams that we'll look for in nationals.
All right, 40-30. Looking for the first hold of the game, hold of the match.
Smooth return from Delmonico. She took what was given to her. We're at deuce, and as you know, the women play the games out. The guys do no ad scoring.
It's a great return.
Wow, what a rip from Gebbia out of that deuce court.
Huge forehand.
It's kind of why I love her returning serve over there, because you have to face her, that first point of every game.
Yeah, a lot of pressure.
Yeah, And sometimes you'll see them call the switch a lot from the baseline and switch positions, but her return to serve is pretty awesome.
Yeah, I haven't seen them play a bunch, but I'm sure if you play 10 years plus together, you can play a lot of different styles. Oh, good hands.
Isn't it interesting? Yeah. Halbauer and Sakura, Halbauer and Morgan look like they had that point, but they didn't really close the net. And just because they kind of both stayed off the net there, they gave Gebbia actually a chance to make a hands play and stay in that point and win it, actually.
On another break.
Who's going to hold serve first, Russell?
You know, I would have said Halbauer first game of the match, but they already proved me wrong. I haven't gotten anything right in the booth yet.
No, not true. Russell, where did Lauren Gebbia play college tennis? Was it Boston College or Boston College?
Oh, I think it's Boston College.
Okay, you're on fire now, Russell.
Let's go.
Carrie played college tennis, softball, and basketball at Emmanuel College. True or false?
Let me get to two out of three. I'm going to say true.
You got it, Russell. All right, you got a good streak going.
There we go. You got to keep it up now.
Delmonico lives in Summit, New Jersey. I think you're familiar with Summit, Russell.
Oh, we might be neighbors.
Yeah, you made your home there. Carrie is there with her husband, Mike Stulak, and a shout out to Riley. I'm sure Riley's watching the match. Hi, Riley. And, Lauren Gebbia, she's a Jersey girl. She grew up in North Jersey playing junior paddle. She now lives in Nanuet with her husband, Guy. And hi to her kids, Blake and Nicholas. All right, this is the serving game. This is where Gebbia and Delmonico struggle a little bit against some of these top teams. And we know there's an advantage in this game with that return to serve. Russell, would you rather return serve or serve?
Oh, give me the return.
You would return. You would do either happily today if you could.
So for sure. Just get me on the court, Patty. You and I could be partners.
Right. There you go.
Great serve.
I was kind of interested how Halbauer and Morgan would play this, who would play deuce, who would play ad, because obviously both players could play either side. Morgan's so crafty out of that ad court, not the offensive threat that Halbauer is, but doesn't miss screens and has such quickness over there. A lot of speed.
She is so solid. Izzy and I played her in Married Nationals this past year, and rock solid.
Exactly, and I could have introduced you as our current husband-wife national champion. And congrats on that.
Thank you.
You guys, you won that up at Indian Trail last year. Russell, I think I went home after the first set of that match, unfortunately.
You missed out. That was probably when my wife and I were still fighting, but then she forgave me and we got it together.
Who'd you win that match over?
It was over Adam and Allison.
I just wanted to make sure it was still vivid in your. No, it was great. They had you guys in the first set. They played a real solid first set, and I think I had somewhere to go. I think I was playing paddle that afternoon, so I took off, and then I think your mother-in-law called me to tell me that you guys had got the win. So congrats on that.
Thank you. All right, another break point. Ooh.
Yeah, that ball looks like, the spin kind of. I mean, the court looks pretty dry, but that ball looked like it took off a little bit.
Definitely looked like it skidded a little bit.
Whoops.
That was an interesting one there.
Gebbia would like that one over, a little quick to kind of get that ball in play. She could have just waited a little bit, throw up a lob keeping it because this is a crucial moment in this point. I mean, in this match, I just think Delmonico Gebbia have to get out to a lead, Russell, because the firepower that they have to withstand, especially out of that deuce quarter from Ellie Halbauer, is going to be tough to defend down the
I
stretch.
think once they get in the groove, it's hard to stop them.
Okay, so could this be our first hold of serve in this match?
I'm going to go and say yes.
Okay.
Well, Ellie's trying to make it difficult for me to go 3 for 4. It's a great roller.
Yeah, see, this is going to be an interesting matchup with the overhead of Halbauer. The way she hits it, Russell, she lets that ball drop a little bit, and it like almost, she kind of hits it flat, like a little flat with some spin, and that ball just, you know, I've seen her hit more shots than any other woman this year that just like go and don't come above the snowboards.
Yeah.
That one was an active one, but I'm just saying that overhead is going to be a tough, her overhead against Delmonico in the screens is going to be a tough matchup for Delmonico, I think.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see if there's a lot of switching at the net to get Ellie over onto the ad side and just ripping rollers.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what we'll see if it comes to like a super critical point. Delmonico's a really good lobber. She's, you know, she picks spots, and I think it's going to be critical how she handles like the early defense on these points. She's got to get that lob going up the line so she can avoid, you know, feeding the Halbauer overhead. Exactly what you just saw there, Russell.
Yep, that's gonna. If you're lobbing that short against Ellie Halbauer, that's trouble.
So I would argue, Russell, I have this argument weekly. The most important shot in women's paddle, I still think, is that overhead, because it's the way you can win points out here against the great players.
Yeah, I think overhead. I mean, serve to me will always be one of the most important. Serve first volley. That's a great roller.
Again, force that error and game point for Ellie Halbauer to hold serve, actually.
Come on, could go 3 for 4.
That's right.
Great screen drive. All right, there we go. First power Morgan.
Hey, Russell, Corient is the official wealth sponsor of the APTA's 25-26 season. Corient is a fee-only wealth manager who puts their clients at the center of everything they do. Learn more at Corient.com. All right, so Russell, we had our first hold in the match by Ellie Halbauer. They're up 3-2 first set, women's final, Cleveland Masters.
Big game here for Delmonico Gebbia to just, you know, stay close with Halbauer Morgan. First point right here, very big point. You know, get a lead in the game.
Yeah, 4 breaks of serve already in this match. So Delmonico serving. Ellie Halbauer about to take a rip. What do you think? Does she rip more forehands or more backhands, Russell? Have you seen her enough to know?
I haven't seen her enough to know, but if I don't know, I think she's not limited in options. I think she can do pretty much anything she wants.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. Good shot of Allison Morgan out of that ad court. You know, Morgan won't really, she doesn't pull the trigger on that return of serve. She's just super steady. She probably has the highest return of serve rate, you know, honestly. And because she doesn't go for that much, she never misses on the return of serve. So she always puts her teams in the point, and, you know, when she's teamed up along with someone who's got the firepower, so like Halbauer, it hardly matters.
Yeah, I don't know if I don't know if Allison's missed a ball yet.
This would be typical for an Allison Morgan match. Very few unforced errors. You saw Delmonico hit that serve and stay back. And that's what I was saying. It's a little bit of a struggle for them to hold serve against some of the top teams. Well, and as it is for most teams. That goes without saying.
Oh.
See, here we go. Oh, wait.
Hit the light. I don't think I've seen that one. Dave Najedlik with a call here. Wow.
Whoops. What a smooth two-handed backhand, Russell.
Oh, there was the cutter. That was the right look there.
See, this is the thing. If they don't put up a good lob, I'm just saying that overhead that Halbauer hits and some of the other top women, they hit it, it ends the point. And that's why I think it's so critical. And that's why it's so critical for Delmonico and Gebbia to, like, really spot their shots. And they have to lob well.
All right, a little bit of separation, 4-2, Halbauer, Morgan.
Okay, you're Russell, you're their coach right now. What would you say to them?
Exactly what you're saying. You know, you gotta, especially against these two, you have to lob better. I mean, I think they're just controlling the net too easily right now. That return's a great start to the game. They really have to spot their drives, spot their lobs, set up their opportunities, and just try to hang in there as much as they can. Good leave.
If I could whisper in their ear right now, I would say, you gotta grind. You gotta, they gotta just battle and stay in the points. And you know, if Halbauer and Morgan hit winners, there's nothing they can do. But they can't shoot themselves in the foot making kind of errors. Great play from Delmonico. That's kind of her bread and butter, going with the off speed. She's masterful at throwing that ball out wide to that player who's on the left of the two players and getting that dipping ball. She's going to have to do that a lot now. Because you just, you know, I feel like after the return of serve, Delmonico, Gebbia just are really not getting any good looks for themselves. It's all Morgan and Halbauer controlling the points.
Yeah, I mean, Halbauer, she just has so many different speeds on her roller.
Great job by Gebbia to run that ball down.
So many different speeds on a roller. Hard, flat, heavy. She can do it all with a roller. It's so dangerous.
So we're in the seventh game. Has Morgan missed a shot, Russell?
I still haven't seen her miss a shot.
I'm keeping track of her unforced errors on my pad, and I don't have any marks yet, Russell. No, I'm not, but...
Yeah, she plays her role so well.
Gebbia, get that one?
Wow, great move. What a drive. I would like that backhand.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I've seen Gebbia hit that for years.
Great drive from Carrie.
Yeah, she came out with that ball beautifully. That when Halbauer hit that overhead in there, I go, uh-oh, Delmonico's in trouble. But that ball, she kind of put her paddle way out in front and followed that ball beautifully. 4-3, first set, finals of the Cleveland Masters. All right, well, the point differential, it's getting closer for Delmonico and Gebbia. That's huge for them.
Yeah, I mean, they did exactly what we were talking about. They waited a little bit longer. They spotted all their drives, lobbed much better that game. And here they are, 3-4. Chance to tie it up.
I almost think that Delmonico and Gebbia should stay back on this serving game here. I think that throwing Delmonico, whether she goes I or Australian, I don't really think that makes that much of a difference to Halbauer from what I can see. And I haven't seen anybody impact Halbauer's return to serve, Russell. And I'm just saying, almost percentage-wise, I think if they stayed back, they could get in the points. But the problem is then they find themselves on the baseline where it's harder to win points.
Yeah, I mean, staying in the point though is at least getting into the point is going to be better than just missing a first volley. Great drive again from Ellie there.
Yep, I don't think Delmonico liked the shot. I think that was a lovely assist. Maybe Gebbia, you just can't hit that ball there. You know what, Halbauer's always going to pull the trigger. What a beautiful forehand. We always talk about her backhand, but I love her forehand drive. Wow, beautiful lob from Delmonico out of that ad court.
Ooh. She's shocked she missed it. I'm shocked too.
She's like, I played pro tennis for 10 years. How did I miss that shot? Strange things happen on a paddle court, Russell. So this is Lauren Gebbia serving. That's Carrie Delmonico, the taller and the bright red top. Far side, Allison Morgan.
Great drive there from Allison. Still hasn't made an error.
Delmonico cut that return of serve off for Morgan, which was good, but I think she has to do more with that ball. It's kind of an off-speed kind of shot.
Great serve there from Lauren. There's the switch at the net.
Yeah, a couple of higher lobs from both Delmonico and Gebbia here. And that was good. That was exactly the look that Delmonico wanted. She created that for herself, just didn't make it.
Yeah, set up that point perfectly. Got exactly the ball she wanted.
So Russell, we mentioned you're in Summit. We're so thrilled you're in New Jersey. We hope you guys love it. And did you move to New Jersey because there were so many paddle courts within how many paddle courts are within 30 miles of where you live? Do you know, Russell?
Ooh, I've got to say...
Keep going higher. It's more than what you think.
I mean, maybe triple digits. There's so many paddle courts.
Yeah, triple digits. And Russell, I'll boast for you. You're the director of director of paddle over at Orange Lawn. I hear great things about the job you're doing. Everybody loves you. Great coach. We hope you're liking it there, and you're at Mountain Ridge with tennis and pickle in the summer.
Yeah, I've got a great setup over there. Everybody at Orange Lawn has been amazing. Awesome membership, and awesome membership at Mountain Ridge as well. So really happy with both clubs.
Okay. Well, I hear great things. They love you in both places. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And they love you as an announcer. I'm getting all sorts of text messages about you, Russell. But they love you on court more. But Russell, this will be an interesting thing because you're a student of the game, and how old are you now? Are you like 19?
Exactly. I'm almost 26. A couple more months.
Almost 26. And how did you get started in paddle?
So I got started in paddle, probably 4 years. Yeah, 4 years ago now. I moved to Baltimore for my first head pro job with Kent Chalmers, who you know pretty well. So everything I've learned is from everything from Kent Chalmers. He taught me a lot in paddle, in the rackets industry. He has been such an amazing mentor for me. So I owe him a lot in my rackets career.
That's nice. Kent's a great guy. I worked with him. I met him when he got involved with paddle a million years ago. This guy with this accent calls me up. He's like, I want to learn paddle. I've been teaching tennis my whole life. I want to get into paddle. I need it for my career. And so he came down and moved to Chatham, New Jersey, nearby. We found him a house to rent for his wife and 2 kids, and he worked in Beacon Hill for a couple of years before he went down to Baltimore. Now he's up at the Patterson Club.
Yeah, he's doing a great job at the Patterson Club. I just saw him a month or 2 ago. We ran some camps up at the Patterson Club, and it was great. And there we have it, the first set. Halbauer Morgan, another hold.
Yeah. Hey, Russell, we'll be right back in just a moment after these messages right here on the APTA YouTube channel with live streaming by CSM Media and match statistics provided by Court Director.
At Corient, wealth management begins and ends with you. We believe the more personal the solution, the more powerful the result. We treat your goals as our own. We never lose focus on the life you want to build. And our experienced advisors design custom-built strategies to help you get there. It's time for a wealth management experience as sophisticated as you are. It's time for Corient.
For a lot of people, they have never heard of paddle until they were offered a membership here and wanted to jump on it because it's part of the community, it's part of the town.
It's really community building entity, very well attended because it marries the...
Welcome back to the APTA Tour. I'm Patty Hogan along with Orange Lawn's very own Russell Benkind calling the action from the Cleveland Racket Club in Pepper Pike, Ohio. Women's finals action, Ellie Halbauer and Allison Morgan just won the first set 6-3 over Carrie Delmonico and Lauren Gebbia. Russell, what do you have to say about that set that we didn't already say? Anything?
No, Halbauer's offense definitely playing a big role. Easy to play alongside Allison when she makes 0 errors. I think we're still waiting for her to make her first error. It's impressive. And Delmonico, Gebbia just have to hang in there, lob well, pick their drives well. They're getting some looks. They just got to start executing a little bit more.
Russell, we talk about the tennis background these women have, and here you have Ellie Halbauer, who played 10 years on the Pro Tour. You look at Morgan, you look at all these players, they have such a strong tennis background. I'm kind of a big fan, Russell, I don't know about you, that sometimes in the summer I think paddle players would really benefit from going on the court with someone like you and learning some, like improving tennis skills, even though they might not play a lot of tennis. I always feel like, there's so many paddle players who want to get better. And I say, and they wonder about how do you improve your hands and things like that. And I always say, do you play any tennis? Because I think you get a feel and you can kind of develop a little bit more feel for shot making.
Absolutely. I think it's a lot easier to, you see in the country club paddle how often someone's volleying with not a continental grip, and I think it's easier to make that change on a tennis court and throughout the summer and bring it back into the winter paddle. You can always work on your ground strokes tennis. I think it is a lot easier to make those changes on the tennis court in the summer, whether there's no league going on. There's zero pressure, and you have the entire off season.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's hard once players get into the season at any level to make changes, and almost the top players make more changes than club level players, I find.
Absolutely.
Like the high level players, like every year you've played paddle, you probably add 5 more amazing shots to your arsenal, right? Or you make, your decision making around the game just improves because when you have so many weapons like you have to pick and choose what's the right time, the right place, the right speed, the right spin, all of those things. And that decision making, there's no shortcut for putting in the time to improve your decision making on that. But, the racket skills, and I think people just adding more skills. I just keep saying, okay, so that's what you got? Good. Why don't you add something else? What are you going to add? And I think club level players, I'm sure you see it, they come out, they take lessons from you, and you just kind of want to push them to believing that they actually can develop more racket skills.
Absolutely.
And hit more shots.
The decision making and all that, just comes from playing a million matches. But the shots, I'm lucky enough where my wife is, wanting to go out every single day of the summer and drill. And so I'm lucky to have her, feed balls 30 minutes at the end of every session. So I get to work on a million cutters just to, oh, there's a cutter from Ellie. There we go. But no, I'm very lucky to have my wife at, during the summer playing, and I get to work on so many different shots that I can try to implement for the next season. So I think everybody could do a nice job of that.
Yeah, Delmonico, the one stat right there they need to improve the point streak. They just need to get more points in a row. Like I feel like we're still waiting for them to kind of ignite a little bit, just put something together consistently. But it's so hard because, as we said, we don't think Allison Morgan's made an error in this match. Halbauer has, she's made very few errors, and she's hit. What an offensive threat at all times, whether she's at the net or on the baseline. Rising quickly into, the handful of our game's best women's players.
Absolutely. Got another great back in there. Oh, I think she's going to want that one back.
And you can see Delmonico and Gebbia, okay, like huge relief right there.
All right, back-to-back on 4 stairs. This is where they got to take advantage here and play a really long, solid point.
Here we go. They need this point. Let's get a point streak going. They got 2. We need 3. This is where they just have to battle and grind, dig in deep here.
Great lob.
Hey, Russell, when you played charities, did you have fun out in Chicago?
Oh, it was a great tournament. Chicago always does a great job putting on the tournament. They always have electric crowd coming out, all the sites, lots of fans, some of the best paddle huts. Every single place I go is just an incredible paddle hut. It's always fun when I get to play at a new club in Chicago because I get to compare it to the rest of the paddle huts. It's amazing.
Did you really have 2 Nick aces in that match in the quarters?
I did. Those might have been my 2 biggest serves I've hit. I put a lot of anger into those serves. All right, 30 all. Really big point for Delmonico Gebbia here.
I like it. Good pressure from Gebbia. And, Gebbia's mom, Louise, she used to play years and years ago, and we always would joke when we saw Lauren Gebbia coming up through the junior ranks. She drove every single ball, as we always said. Louise told her, never lob.
Well, it's paying off right now on that previous point.
That's right.
What a great shot.
All right.
All right, another break point.
And that's the thing. You can watch Gebbia Delmonico play some teams, and you know it's like a highlight reel. But when you play against like Halbauer and Morgan, they're such a good defensive team. I mean, they've got obviously a ton of offense with Ellie in particular here, but they just defend so beautifully. So they can just take away so much of the arsenal that Delmonico and Gebbia rely on.
And there's that hard
Tough
roller.
overhead, so we're at deuce. That's Ellie Halbauer serving. Lauren Gebbia about to crack a return here.
Oh, is that an error? Allison
Oh
missed
my
a ball.
gosh. I hope she doesn't have a fever, Russell.
That's unacceptable for her.
All joking aside, she's played a flawless match. Great drive, dipping below the net. Even Allison Morgan will miss a shot from time to time. Morgan's the mom to Kaylee, who's 8 years old. I bet Kaylee and her husband Adam are watching and enjoying the action. Like Allison Morgan, we talk about tennis background. She played at Grand Valley State, where she was a double major in management and marketing. And she really is known for such quick feet, quick hands, such a rock-solid competitor, really smart player, really thoughtful type of player. Her favorite athlete as a kid, Roger Federer. We asked a lot of the players who their favorite athletes. A lot of Michael Jordan and Roger Federer were in the answers here with a lot of the players this weekend.
Roger's a great choice. Ooh. I'd love to see Carrie cut that off.
Russell, did you know Allison plays in a co-ed volleyball league?
Wow, I wasn't gonna guess that one.
Me neither. I just found that out this week. Good volley from
Great
Delmonico
cover.
to hold her ground. That rip from Halbauer.
Great overhead, straight to the neck. All right, little lead here, 30-15. Patty, I think you might need to fly out to Chicago and join that volleyball league. I think you'd be a great asset.
You put Allison Morgan on a team with me? I mean,
Dream team.
I think we would be the setters, I'm pretty sure. We could attempt a block, but it would do no good since our hands would be about halfway up the net.
I don't know, if you have someone like Ellie, though, that would help.
Yeah, that would be really helpful. You feel a little bounce in Gebbia's step here, Russell?
Yeah, she's getting fired up. I like it. You got to show a little energy, you know? Finals of the Cleveland Masters, just hanging in there. I think the more energy they start to show, the better. Great dip.
You know, and you watch the positioning with Morgan and Halbauer here as the ball's coming into Gebbia's corner. Well, now we're going to Delmonico, so I'll talk about it when it comes up again. I love watching Morgan's positioning at the net, Russell, because she's a really smart player, and she knows how to cover, she knows how to defend the net. Really good anticipatory type of player. Not the tallest player, so she's got to have great anticipation, so she just doesn't spend the match getting lobbed over.
Great backhand drive there from Allison. Confirmation from the chair, Mr. Najedlik. Great call.
I mean, when there's like fighting in the house, does he sell it because he's the umpire? Does he get the last word, Russell?
100%. Sometimes Karen doesn't like that, but, you know, she has to accept it that he's the ump.
Yeah. And does he sit in a high chair at home?
Yeah.
Really? Also?
He should. What a backhand.
Yeah.
Great backhand from Gebbia there. Back to deuce. Huge game for them here.
Yeah, the Gebbia backhand is definitely making it, its way into the second set big time. And actually, that was interesting. She could have hit her backhand again coming in. She moved out of the way, hit the forehand, and just got stuffed. And nothing you could do about that. She actually would have been well off hitting that two-handed backhand. Better off right there, I think, right?
Yeah, I
Do you
think
agree, Russell?
I think if she's going to go for that like slower speed forehand, she's just got to get it to the feet, especially if she's coming in behind it, especially against someone as talented as Ellie.
Yep. Really good overhead right there from Delmonico in a way. She held it, waited till the last second. Halbauer, Delmonico just put it out of Ellie's reach. I mean, the two-handed backhands that Gebbia and Halbauer are hitting are so fun to watch, so smooth. Russell, if you're teaching me and I'm starting out, and I say, should I hit a two-handed backhand? What's your advice, Russell?
I just ask them if they play tennis. If they hit a two-hander in tennis, they should hit a two-hander in paddle. If they don't play tennis, I still tell them the two-hander.
I had a feeling that was going to be your answer.
Yeah, one hand in tennis is difficult. One hand in paddle, extremely difficult. Great move.
Good tipping ball, and she got that ball. Delmonico and Gebbia had to close, which I've got to be brave to close on Ellie, but you got to close in order to stay in that point. You look at that, and some people watching would say, like, how does Gebbia miss that shot? Well, I think it's kind of easy or the answer in a way, because the pace of the ball coming to you, if you're Delmonico Gebbia, that ball coming from Halbauer out of that deuce court is a much heavier ball than Morgan's in a way. And sometimes, the slower, like the slower moving ball,
they're tricky.
can get those errors where people just get out in front and hit a little early and miss them, Russell.
Especially when you disguise it. Even that little poke right there from Allison, it's a tricky ball to volley. Another great backhand. Woo. A lot of great backhands at that point. And there's the break, Halbauer Morgan.
So, Russell, we're going to talk about, we know what you're going to be doing in the next week, and we wish you the best with your surgery. We might miss you we're going to miss you in Philly. It's going to be 2 days post-surgery, so I'm not sure we're going to see you down there, where we are headed for the Aronimink Open, the second Grand Prix of the year. After that, the tour will head out to Long Island, and the Dwayne Hayden Invitational, December 5th, 6th, 7th. We got the Rocky Mountain Throwdown going on the same weekend. We'll be live streaming both from Arapahoe out in Colorado and from Long Island out from Huntington Country Club. The tour then takes a break over the holidays, the New Year, and the tour resumes with the second year of the Fairfield Open, run by the one and only Macy Elliott. That's January 3rd and 4th, and then the tour goes to Pittsburgh, Steel City Classic. Each of those weeks, Russell, you'll be getting better and stronger.
Yeah, I'm disappointed to miss Philly next week. I'm hoping to make a little trip down there. We have some family down in the Philly area, so I would love to make a trip down there. And JC runs an awesome tournament down there. He did a great job last year. And maybe, we'll see how many trips I can make. I'll be in full cheerleader mode for the next couple months.
Yeah, well, I can get you a really good seat in the paddle hut next weekend, Russell.
There we go.
Think about that. We might get you back in the booth.
There we go. I don't know. As long as you want me back, I'll be there.
Hey, that'd be great. Let me talk to my boss.
Yeah.
We have the same boss. Well, you have two bosses.
I've got a lot of bosses.
Named Jedlik.
I've been surprised at some of the bigger points here that Ellie and Allison haven't been switching too much at the net. I would have Ellie ripping rollers left, right, and center from the outside.
I was thinking that also a couple of points ago, but Morgan's so nice. You just want to kind of let her get her fair share out here. And I don't think, Halbauer and Morgan, they haven't played that many tournaments together, I think, obviously. And so, making a call like that, that's an easier call for someone to make. Like you and Sven have played, 6 or 7 events together now?
Yeah, at least.
Yeah, and you can make those tactical adjustments where sometimes it's a little tough for a newer team.
Yeah, Sven usually tells me get out of the way, and I say, yes, sir. Absolutely, whatever you say, national champ.
Are you improving your language skills, Russell, playing with Sven?
I was thinking the other day I need to download Duolingo and just start learning Croatian. I think the Croatians are taking over the paddle scene, so it's time for me to start learning the language.
That's right. So here we are, Halbauer and Morgan up 3-1 in the second set. I'm Patty Hogan along with Russell Benkai. They won the first set 6-3, and they're just such a rock-solid team. Very few unforced errors. I mean, you just count the winners in this match, and very few unforced errors from either Morgan or Halbauer. Morgan's just played a phenomenal match.
Yeah, I mean,
kind of a quiet, phenomenal match.
Yeah, she's missed 1 ball. Took her 11 games to miss a ball. Usually takes me 1 game to miss 11 balls, but I like her ratio a little bit better.
And you can name her 1 error, can't you?
100%. A very difficult volley.
Forehand or backhand?
Forehand volley.
You got it. See, that's the thing. You just keep looking at these things and you remember it. I mean, just an amazing match. Russell, last year in the men's side of this event, Rams and Wagner were the winners over Hansen Hirsch. On the women's side, Ellie Halbauer. Halbauer is looking for her 2nd title in a row. She won it last year with Marie Maturka. They beat Steiner and Wilson in last year's final. Russ, we have more action out of the Cleveland Racket Club tonight. What time are the men's finals starting?
They were supposed to start around 7:30. I'm assuming after this match they'll get started.
Yeah, there's both semis, as we saw earlier, went 3 sets. Those guys get about an hour after the match. And Halbauer and Morgan are on a roll here, up 4-1 in the second set from the Cleveland Masters. Stats don't lie, Russell.
Yeah, they got to streak a few more points together.
Yeah. A 7-point streak is pretty long. I don't think I've seen a 7-point streak in men's or women's play yet.
Yeah, that's tricky. We'll see. We'll see if Delmonico and Gebbia can try to stay alive here and put a little more pressure on Halbauer Morgan. All right, there's 1 in a row.
Your mother-in-law just reported in, Russell, that men's start time between 8:15 and 8:30.
There we go. Can always count on Karen to come up with an answer.
Yeah, Karen's done an amazing job for the APTA, just behind the scenes. I mean, she works as hard as anybody out there, doing a wonderful job, and pleasure for me to work with Karen.
I give Karen a lot of crap, but she does do an amazing job. I mean, when she's home, I think she's on the phone at least 12 hours a day. I mean, it's just nonstop. I'll get home, 8 p.m., she'll still be on the phone working. She does an amazing job. Don't tell her I said that.
Yeah.
Hopefully she's not listening to this. She can't know I ever said
She's
that.
she's on my speed dial, Russell.
We might have to delete that from the stream. She can't know I said something nice about her.
She knows you love your mother-in-law, Russell.
Of course, I'm very lucky to have.
And it's mutual. You guys have a great relationship.
Ooh.
You married into a great family. All right. Halbauer teed off on that short lob. Did she
Almost got her out of the air.
get it? Did she get hit?
No, I think she just missed it long.
Okay.
I think she might have been closer to hitting Lauren there than the court, but. All right, so they're staying alive here. 4-2 now. Big game here again. If they can, Game 7. Always the big game.
Right. Okay. Again, I would like to say, I just think Ellie dominates off of her return from that deuce side. So Delmonico, Gebbia ended up on the baseline. I would just love tactically for them to start back there. I think they could put themselves in a better position.
I agree.
To win the point.
I think they might as well just start. Carrie's backing up off the net anyway. I think at that point you might as well just give up the net, get into the point, and at least be balanced from the baseline.
And you can see, Delmonico uses much shorter strokes most of the time than Gebbia. She takes the full rip, where Delmonico is, much more of a touch player, short backswing, kind of holds her shot, waits for the opening, really spots the ball really well.
All right, they're sticking with the I formation. Oh. Patty, they must have heard you.
There you go.
Now if only Carrie was up there. Patty, you gave him the wrong info.
Exactly, Russell. But the thing is, I've seen so many matches with Halbauer in it when she returns serve from that deuce side. If your serve is, not a powerfully struck ball, I just think you're better off percentage-wise staying back as a team.
Yeah, if I'm playing Halbauer, I might give up the net there.
Yeah, so break a serve. Halbauer Morgan up 5-2 in the finals of the Cleveland Masters event. How about this facility here, Russell?
Oh,
the
it's a
Cleveland
beautiful
Racket
facility.
Club. Is it awesome? Aren't you drooling over all those indoor tennis courts?
Yeah, I hobbled over there in my walker and 10 indoor hard courts. It was beautiful.
Great facility. When they started off with 4 indoor tennis courts and 4 squash courts, Russell. Then added the outdoor courts and a pool later in 1970.
Wow. Ooh, great forehand.
That's Allison Morgan serving. That's Gebbia about to hit a return. That's a sick overhead.
That's a great overhead.
See, that's the thing. Short lob, we know, you eat it on the short lobs, and with Halbauer in that position to the left of the 2 players at the net, when we look at him from this vantage point from behind, I just think she can dominate with whatever she does. She's got that real good overhead variety. She just hits balls that stay so low on those snowboards.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Russell, shout out to Ara. He's enjoying listening to you. He's sorry you got hurt. He's wishing you quick and speedy recovery.
Thank you, Ara. I
Quick,
can't wait
speedy,
to
and thorough.
get back on the court with you, and another day to hit you with a ball. Still hasn't been hit. Great hands. So solid with her volleys.
What an overhead. But just get a little air under that shot for Morgan, kind of in an awkward position. Phenomenal shot. Watch out.
Yep, this is where I love to have
She just,
Halbauer on the outside.
once she hits that first one, her opponents are always almost dead in the water, and one more short lob, and then they are dead in the water.
All
I
right,
think
match
we've got
point.
a championship point here for Morgan Halbauer.
Oh, great get.
Delmonico. Yeah, inspired play by Delmonico here.
Could be a great comeback. Oh, can we count that as an error?
Wow, what a beautifully played point from Delmonico. Great series of shots there. And how that ball went by over Morgan's paddle, I don't know. Back to deuce.
Great roller.
Looks
Really
like
good
she got the
point.
seam on that. That's a good point, really good point.
All right, match point number 2 here for Halbauer Morgan. And there we have it. Halbauer Morgan, 2025 Cleveland Masters champions.
Yeah, Russell, what a solid showing from Morgan Halbauer from the first point of this match. You just knew they were going to be so rock solid, tough to take out. We kind of had a feeling they just might have a little too much firepower, but Delmonico Gebbia fought well in that match. 6-3, 6-2 win for Sikora and Halbauer. They'll be on different teams next weekend for our second Grand Prix of the year at Aronimig. But Russell, thank you very much for sitting in. I thoroughly enjoyed chatting with you. We wish you the best in your recovery. And we're going to wrap it up from the 2025 Cleveland Masters Women's APTA Tour. But there's still paddle coming up on the other channel. Like we said, the men's final coming up soon. Who are we going to see in the men's final, Russell?
We've got Dan Hansen and Ned Mandel playing Philippe Rams and Mike Wagner. Should be a great final.
All right, that's a wrap. Thanks so much, Russell.
Thank you, Patty. Always a pleasure.
At Corient, wealth management begins and ends with you. We believe the more personal the solution, the more powerful the result. We treat your goals as our own. We never lose focus on the life you want to build. And our experienced advisors design custom-built strategies to help you get there. It's time for a wealth management experience as sophisticated as you are. It's time for Corient.